Coverage of the 2025 Washington State Apple Blossom Festival on the NCWLIFE channel is brought to you in part by Harvest Valley Pest Control. You can rest assured with the Harvest Valley Pest Control, they're using kid and pet safe material around your home or office. Call Harvest Valley Pest Control today for your free estimate at 509-423-2207. Thanks for joining us here on the NCWLIFE channel as we get to meet the top 10 candidates for the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. And joining us here today and now we have Tessa Schall, who is the daughter of Ryan and Danielle. Tessa, how are you?
I'm doing great, thank you. Yeah, I'm really excited to be here.
Well, thank you for taking the time. Before I get to my list of questions, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Tessa Schall. I am a senior at Eastmont High School. I'm 17 and I am super excited to be here. Great being a part of the Apple Blossom process.
Why did you decide to do this whole thing?
I really decided to do this whole thing just because I have little sisters and I love being a part of the younger communities and seeing how they grow and being influenced by, for me example, I was influenced by Apple Blossom. So even influencing my younger sisters just on a day-to-day and then moving to being able to influence the whole community is such an opportunity that I'm so excited to be a part of.
So it says in your bio that among other things you're in the HOSA club, which,
yes.
Am I saying that right?
Yes.
So what is HOSA?
HOSA is a Future Health Professionals Club, and what we do is that we bring health professionals from Confluence Health or other clinics in the Valley just to talk about what their jobs and what they do for a living. This is how I got into wanting to go into sonography after high school. We brought in a sonography tech and he brought in one of his sonography machines and it was so fun. It was so cool because he showed us how it worked on himself. So that was a lot of fun.
So part of your bio says you're into photography as well?
No.
Oh, okay. Boy,
oh yeah, sorry.
Okay, that's all right. All right, sometimes
forgot that Yep.
So if you wanted to go somewhere to take the ultimate photo of Wenatchee, where would you go?
I typically like to go to Badger Mountain Road. There's a lot of pull-offs up there, lots of wheat fields, flowers. You can find a lot up there to take photos of. That's where I got my senior photos done. Oh. And so it's really beautiful to go up there, and me and my friends love to do photo shoots up there.
All right, that's cool. So in this process of all of this that you're doing, what, if anything, do you fear the most about it?
I think I fear not being able to reach my full potential. I really want to be the greatest person I can possibly be. And that's always been a goal of mine for as long as I can remember. I've always wanted to be the best person I could possibly be, whether that be a sister, a daughter, a Senate member, a school representative, an Apple Blossom representative. This is such a big deal that I just want to keep growing and keep improving on everything.
Where does that come from? Do you have an example of people in your life that you're like, okay, I really want to be good at everything I try?
I want to be like my old dance teacher, Lindsay Martin, or Westman, as some people may know her. She is such an inspiring person to me. I've known her since I was 4, so I've known her for a long, long time, worked with her for 14 years, and she just has always pushed me to be my best, in whether that be in dance or as a person. And so and she tries everything, she keeps pushing herself, and she's super successful, and I want to be just like her.
That's a good role model.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So if I went to your best friend and said, okay, tell me about Tessa, what would they say?
They would probably say I'm very energetic, I'm a very giggly person, and they would also say I'm very unapologetic, just because, not in a bad way, but I don't apologize for being myself. I like to be my true authentic self, and that's something that I will never apologize for, whether that be being super bubbly or being super giggly and just very joyful, and that's just who I am as a person. You won't hear me say sorry about it.
Okay, all right, that's fair, and that's good. So do you want to name who your best friend or friends are at this? I don't want to leave anybody out.
I have a couple.
Here's your chance.
Childhood best friend is Jaden Velasquez. She's incredible. Annette Cox, she helped me through this Apple Blossom process to get into top 10. Sydney Akel, she's also was in the top 10 process with me. I've known her forever. And then a childhood friend that I don't really get to see all that often, her name's Audrey. She is incredible. We've known each other since forever, so she's incredible.
Okay, I'm sure they'd be very proud of you
yes.
for even doing this top 10 process. So it may be from this last question or maybe something else, but what makes you laugh every time, no matter what?
My sisters. They are so silly. I have a 2-year-old sister especially. She is a goofball. I call her my little gremlin, and she is so fun to be around. She'll like, I was playing toys with her the other day, and she was like trying to give me food. And then I'm like, oh, thank you. She goes, wait, no money, no food. And I'm like, what? And so she's so funny. And she'll just say stuff like that all the time. And then my 13-year-old sister, 13-year-olds are crazy. And then my 6-year-old sister, she just runs around and does cartwheels, and they are so fun to be around.
That's good to have that, because some of this can be pretty stressful, right?
Yes.
And just to go home and go, all right, I need to laugh for a little bit here. Okay. In this process, this is a lot that's been thrown on your plate. What is the hardest part of all of this?
Learning how to balance, for sure. It's a lot of balance of school, balance of Apple Blossom, balance of clubs, because I'm a part of like a million different clubs, and I should probably learn how to stop. But I like to be involved, and so trying to keep up with school, trying to keep up with Apple Blossom, and just keep going with all of it has probably been the hardest part. I want to keep doing everything, and so trying to say no has also been kind of a hard part, because I keep getting new opportunities at my school, and they're like, do you want to do this? And I'm like, I can't, sorry. But I definitely always jump on the train right after I have time, so.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, your schedule is definitely not your own, that's for sure.
No.
So how would you, so you want to get into doing ultrasounds, right?
Yes.
Okay, so, and you called that term, what is it, sonography?
Sonography,
Okay,
yeah.
all right. So if someone's coming in and you're doing the ultrasound and they're nervous, how do you relax them?
I always try and make people laugh. And I am a very big hugger. So if they would let me, I'd definitely hug them, because I know hugs definitely calm me down. Like even when I'm by myself, I'll just give myself a little hug, and it just makes me feel so much better. And then when I laugh, it calms the nerves and everything. And especially what I want to go into mother-baby sonography. So I'll be doing sonographies on babies. And so that could probably be a little nerve-wracking for mom and dad. So definitely trying to make them laugh and calm them down that way is nice.
I mentioned during the media training that my daughter is pregnant, and they just had a big appointment last Friday, and the baby boy was not into being in the ultrasound that day.
No.
Kept putting the hand up and just, saying, no, you can't look. So they actually took a 10-minute break.
Oh my goodness,
And the ultrasound tech says, and by the way, I could see that your bladder's filling, so you might want to go to the restroom.
Oh, no.
And my daughter, Gracie, she goes, I didn't even know. And then I was like, oh, yeah, I gotta go.
Fun part about that job is so fun.
So is there a question, I know you probably were preparing for this, getting ready for this today and doing this interview. Was there a question that I didn't ask that you wish I would have?
Favorite part about Apple Blossom, for sure, was probably one that I was kind of expecting.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so what is your favorite part of Apple Blossom?
The classy chassis. Favorite part about the whole thing. I like the food fair. I performed in it for years, but the classy chassis has to be top notch.
Okay, why?
So my grandpa, he used to have his car in the classy chassis, and it was a Ford Model T. Don't know what year, but it was such a cool car, and I loved it, and he would let me ride in it. And then my other grandpa would put his car in it. Can't remember the model of that one, but seeing all the cool cars, it's definitely something unique about our valley that's so
you've
fun.
actually ridden in the parade?
Yes.
Already?
Yeah.
So who knows, maybe you'll ride in it again.
Yeah, we can hope, But whoever rides in the classy chassis definitely deserves it. So,
Okay,
yeah.
all right. Well, Tessa, congratulations on reaching top 10.
Thank you so much.
And best of luck in this whole process, and we'll see you again.
Thank you.
All right, there you go. Tessa Schall joining us here. Part of our top 10 candidates for the Apple Blossom Festival Royalty Selection Pageant presented by Casimir Valley Bank. We'll have it here live on the NCWLIFE channel on Saturday, February 8th with our countdown to coronation at 6:30 with yours truly and Julie Agins-Kuntz, a queen from back in 1974. And then, of course, the pageant starts at 7 o'clock right here on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE channel. Coverage of the 2025 Washington State Apple Blossom Festival is brought to you in part by Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.